All right, we'll get started this evening. Questions for Coach. Start with Pavy with H&B Media.
Hey, Coach. Tough loss tonight, but Sydney, 16 points there in that first half. Just can you describe, I guess, what she brings to this starting lineup?
Yeah, I'll say that, I think Sydney tries to do, the right thing as much as possible when she's out there. And that's what we got to have from everybody.
Doug Feinberg, Associated Press.
Hey, Coach, tough loss. It seems like you guys couldn't make that play defensively down the stretch to have a chance, per se. Was that it? Angel made a play, or Jackie made a play, or Asia made a play for them that you just couldn't get that one stop to have a chance to tie it or take the lead?
No, we shouldn't even been in that position, honestly. If, we put ourselves in a position where we're relying on everything to go right at the end of the game, when if you do things a certain way right from the beginning of the game, it works out better for you. And you have to get stops late in games, whether you're ahead or behind. There's no way to win if you don't get stops. But that takes connection. It takes a level of commitment to your team and teammates, because defense is hard and it's not pretty, and you don't get celebrated for it. And it takes all 5 people to get it done, and we couldn't get those stops late in the game.
Sabrina Merchant, SB Nation.
Hey, Coach. Was there anything wrong with Brittany Sykes in the second half, or you just went with different lineups down the stretch?
Yeah, just different lineups down the stretch. I think that, there was a particular lineup in the first half that really kind of helped us energy-wise and, getting back into the game. And then, in the third quarter, we, fought hard to have a 1-point lead to start the fourth quarter, and, still trying to find ways to get, give Raquana some opportunity to stretch her legs and get going. Cooper's helped us matchup-wise. Vegas went big a little bit there for a few minutes. And we thought that TRP did some good things on Hamby in the first half. So we tried to go back there a little bit more in the second half. But not anything that Brittany really, was doing wrong. We just felt like there were a combination of players that, were helping us at that time.
Miriam Swanson, LA Daily News.
Hey, Fish. Just wanted to check on Simone. So it sounded like it was during pregame, she felt something was off. And then is it just a matter of you guys are still just building connectivity, or is there, what was lacking mostly in that fourth quarter?
I think with Simone, she, just kind of, I think overall just bumps and bruises, and didn't want to put the team in a position where she, would be out there and not able to give, the things that she's capable of giving. So she came to us right up, I think a few minutes into that first quarter, and just didn't feel like, after warm-ups and everything, that she could really get herself going. So she let us know then. I think, connectivity, connection, trust, etc. Those are all things that are challenging to build during the course of a season, in particular when you have, new personalities, new people that you're adding into your lineup, into your rotation. With Nneka and Simone being out, that veteran leadership and the stability that the two of those players bring, that helps us quite a bit as well. Taya Cooper was out there, Marie Gulich is out there, Brittany Sykes is out there, Christina Nigwe is out there, Rashonda Gray is out there. None of those players I just mentioned were on our team a season ago. we obviously have our expectations. We still know that we're going to be where we need to be at the right time, but there's no shortcuts to becoming great. So, we can't kid ourselves into thinking we could just show up and be great. It's going to take time. It's going to take adversity. It's going to take us continuing to ask ourselves the hard questions to, find the answers and solutions to get into where we're trying to get to. And there's no shortcut or way around that. It's hard work, and it's a journey, even though it's a condensed season.
Time for two more. Raymond Lyons made for the W.
Hey, Coach, how's it going?
All right.
All right, just kind of piggyback off what you were just talking about. You guys have so many new pieces, and it's just, so many viable lineups you can throw out there. Just kind of talk about your thought process and your approach, and just, trying to find the right combination of players at the right time.
Yeah, no, it's always challenging, I think at this level to find the right combination of five players that offensively and defensively, give you what you need, in particular when you're playing against other great players and teams, matchups, personnel, perimeter shooting, the ability to guard defensively. It takes the right combo. And, when you're mixing in a number of new personalities, personnel, it makes it even more challenging. But that's part of our job. There's no excuses there. What typically allows that to happen faster is once everybody commits to a shared vision and a shared alignment of what it is we're trying to get accomplished out there. And that's just for the LA Sparks to win. Doesn't matter how we win, doesn't matter who scores, who passes, who rebounds. At the end of the night, we want to beat the other team. No expectations, no what I think should be happening. It's just fully present in the moment and in the game and letting everything else go. And those are the teams that find a way to get it done, even as you're adding, and getting to know yourselves as a team. And if we can, stay true to that, I think we'll be okay.
Last question for Coach Christopher Carmelo.
Hey, Coach. Obviously, valiant effort tonight. Tough finish. As far as TRP goes with Tiara, are you seeing improvement with her as a defensive presence? And do you like what she's bringing to that starting unit, even with some of the tweaks that you made with some of the lineups?
Yeah, we do see that as Tiara gets in better condition and better shape, as the more games we play, the more time she's able to, get her mind and body really, fully present here. I think she has been improving, and she allows us to have some versatility, I think at times offensively and defensively because of her mobility, even at 5'11" ish, she's comfortable getting physical when we want to make things difficult for opposing teams, even if they're bigger. She can swim around. She's comfortable fronting the post. She's good in pick and roll defense, etc. And that has helped us in the past, and we thought that it helped us tonight a lot. We just couldn't figure out a way over the course of the 40 minutes, to have enough energy and ability to get the stops when we needed or to get a rebound when we needed to come up with it. Those things hurt us. And then offensively as well, there were times where, we settled for shots offensively that we didn't have to settle for. The defense didn't force us to take a bad shot. We chose it ourselves. And those are things that we can eliminate from our game and focus on the things we can control.
All right, Coach. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, questions for Sydney Wiese. You can raise your hand in the queue at this time. Sabrina Merchant, SB Nation.
He said, congrats on the individual performance, even though I'm sure you would have rather it come in a win. Just curious what it is about, Jackie Young down the stretch that made that such a tough defensive assignment for you guys as a whole.
Yeah, I'll take that one. That's who I was on the last part of the fourth, and she was making great plays. What I was failing to do was cutting her off and making her go the other way. I was trying to get under the screen, and I stopped short, and so she had an angle to the basket and made tough shots. I mean, they made plays down the stretch, and Jackie was one of those players, and so I need to do a better job next time making sure that I take care of her any way that I can, just to make sure she doesn't score.
Raymond Lyons.
Hey, Sydney, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. This is the second straight game you started. You got off to pretty quick starts. Just talk about your mindset going into the game and how you're able to find your comfort zone so early.
Well, I just want to do whatever is needed for the team. So it could vary night to night, and that's how it is for a lot of us. What I think of going into each game is to bring energy on both ends of the floor, keep it super simple, and then try to make plays as much as I can. It sucks that we couldn't get the win tonight. We started really strong. We started both halves strong. But we're going to learn from this one, and we got a quick turnaround on Sunday, so there's no time to dwell on it. But it's definitely we're going to take it personal and make sure that we get better because of this.
Miriam Swanson, LA Daily News.
Hey, Sid. Congrats on a good game despite the loss. Derek was talking a little bit about the challenges of kind of building connectivity when you have a bunch of new pieces. What does that feel like in real time on the floor when you're trying to sort of get all on the same page with a bunch of new players? And also, I wanted to ask about your shirt.
Oh, yes. So first, basketball-wise, we're all across the board, across the league. We're all trying to put the pieces together on the fly. So we don't have a lot of time to get reps outside of the game. And so I think that means that we got to have really good conversations. We got to pay attention and film. We got to listen to the coaches. They know what they're talking about. And so that's on us to make sure that we hear them loud and clear. We're on the same page and, try and limit those mistakes as we go. This is a list of all the women. As you can see, Black women are killed by police too. And so the whole aim of this season is say her name. And this week we're featuring Sandra Bland and sharing her story that happened back in 2015, making sure that she's remembered, making sure that all these women are remembered. And so that's the point of the season. We can talk basketball and all this stuff, but like I've said before, these women, they're the point. It's way bigger than the game, and we want to respect and honor their memory, and we want to do what we can to make sure that they get the recognition that they deserve, and that their families deserve.
Jeff Sims, the Profanity Nation.
Hi, Sydney. Great game today. I'm curious, when you're starting a game versus coming off the bench, is your prep and or mindset different?
No, I think it's the same across the board. The difference is I'm going to be out there right away from the jump, and so that means that you're supposed to be prepared. Whenever your name is called, if that means you're starting, you're coming off the bench, you got to be ready to go. And so we're in this thing. Basketball is a beautiful sport because it's a team sport. And so whether you're on the bench or you're starting the game, your mindset has to be there from the tip. And so I think our prep going into tonight, we had good energy for the warm up. We were ready to go once the ball was in the air. And so across the board, I felt really good energy from all of us, and I felt like our focus was there. So for me, it's the same. It's the same game, and I want to bring that good energy and focus whether I start or I'm on the bench.
Thank you, Sydney.
Thank you.
All right, media, last up tonight is Candace Parker. You can raise your hands now with questions. We'll start with John W. Davis.
Hey, Candace, kind of want to ask you a similar question that I asked you the other day. So what is Candace Parker, the player and the analyst, saying about, 4 straight double-doubles, but 2-2 record, win-loss, win-loss?
We got to figure out how to string together wins. I feel like, we always bounce back after a loss, but we always lose after a win. So we got to figure it out. I think defensively, I think it's our defense, but I also think we've gotten out-rebounded every game with the exception of one, and that was last game when we tied them in rebounding. So I think we got to rebound the ball better.
Christopher Camelo.
Candace, great game for you tonight. Tough finish, obviously. Talk about the battle you were having with Asia Wilson. It kind of felt like in the second half, especially mainly that fourth quarter, you two were kind of going back and forth. Are those the types of matchups? I know it's obviously a team game, but just individually, is that something you kind of enjoy? that gets you going?
I think a matchup going back and forth is when they guard each other. So I was guarding her, but she wasn't guarding me.
Doug Feinberg, Associated Press.
Hey, Candace, how much of the defense, you have so many new pieces. Obviously, you're missing NECA and Simone tonight, but I'm guessing not much time is spent in the limited practices on defense per se. How long does it take for a team to get defensively together to be a unit as opposed to just playing one-on-one defense or whatever it might be?
I mean, we spend a lot of time of our limited time on defense. And we've seen that when we want to, and I think we have the athleticism and the ability to play defense. I honestly think initially it was our slow starts. Like if you think about Chicago, think about Seattle, we got down early. We've kind of fixed that. But I think we just, we need to commit and trust and help each other. I mean, those are all things that teams say when they're not getting things done on the defensive end. So we just got to figure it out. And like I said, I think if we rebound and we rebound them, there's not many teams that are going to want to stay with us in transition.
Last question for tonight, Miriam Swanson, LA Daily News.
Hey, Candace, talking about the sort of the rebounding, do you guys, is that at all something you can chalk up to fatigue and like maybe missing NECA down there and being shorthanded without her and Simone, or is it just an effort, kind of one of those things?
Well, NECA's played in the previous 5 games and we've gotten out rebounded collectively as a team. Like we got to commit to that. I know we get outweighed and we're more slippery and more agile, and we're built to run and move. So when we play these teams that have these big centers, but I don't think, Vegas didn't have a big center today. Chicago a little bit. Indiana is actually a team that had a big center and we tied them for rebounding. So I think we got out rebounded the first game against Phoenix. So I think it's defense, but I think it's also committing to out rebounding the other team.
Thank you, Candace.
Thank you.